Another conclusion comes to me about today's testing of serum number 735. I'm considering a change in the serum viscosity, which may make it a little less volatile at high temperatures, which would allow...
I brought something volatile to raise our temperature. Of course, you're a little short on champagne flutes, but I used my imagination. Cheers.
Now, that dress, that outfit doesn't tax the imagination, does it?
Well, I figured you had enough on your mind as it is.
That's very considerate and very true. And I'm trying to work, Gina.
And I'm trying to make one corner of your office a little brighter, so let me.
Now, as irresistible as you are, I'm going to resist. What are you doing here, anyway?
You didn't come home for lunch today, so I figured you were probably working straight through and you needed a break. And what better time to take a break than happy hour?
Well, it's 4 o'clock. You're an hour ahead of happy hour, aren't you?
Well, I promise that in an hour you'll be very happy.
No, wait a minute. No, Gina. Someone could walk in at any moment.
Go ahead.
There's no time, please.
Okay, I suppose we could continue this later.
I can't do that. I have a dinner engagement.
Why didn't you tell me? What time are you going to pick me up?
I won't be able to.
Aren't you allowed to bring a date?
Oh, I'm allowed. It just won't be you.
Okay, the table up there by the fireplace, and let's have some flowers on that. Kelly.
What's going on?
Thanks. What are you doing here? I was supposed to pick you up at the airport at 6.
Oh, well, I got an earlier flight, so I took it. I didn't have time to call. What is all this, Jeffrey?
Oh, well, yes, you've caught me. You've walked in on your surprise. It's a kind of a combination welcome home housewarming party. Hey, forget about that. It's good to see you home. God.
Good to be home. I'm really exhausted, though.
Hey, you had a rough time in New York?
No, New York was fine.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're back. Hey, I missed you.
Did you have enough tea? Sophia, have you noticed that Mason's been acting a little strange lately the past couple of weeks?
No, not exactly. How do you mean?
I don't know, edgy, nervous. Somebody else mentioned it to me. But of course, you know, if you haven't seen it, I'm probably overreacting.
Well, Victoria, you've got to remember that he's got a new family. He's got a lot of demanding pressures at work, and of course, Eden. Why don't you suggest that he eases up at work a little?
Well, I wish I could. I really think that the demands of the office are excessive and they're unfair.
Really? Well, let me warn you, please, to be subtle. Because he's just like his father. He will bristle at any interference at all.
Oh, I'm going to interfere. I'm tired of being patient. If something's going to give, it's not going to be this family.
Don't touch the phone.
Mason Kaplan.
It's about time.
It's about time you called. It's been 2 days.
That's because I've changed my mind about you.
What do you mean?
I've decided I can't trust you. That means Eden's gonna die.
No.
Oh, yes. It's a reality now. And it's gonna be all your fault. Think about it.
I'll have you know you're wasting some very good champagne.
Gina, it has no place in this room.
Look, I know how seriously you take your work. I know how much it means to you. I do. I just wanted to make you laugh and forget about the serum for a little while. Please don't be angry with me.
You're like a force in nature, Gina. There's no point in being angry.
Then you'll take me to Jeffrey Conrad's dinner party.
Gina, you're the last person I could ever take to a Capwell gathering. Now, you should know that, and I'm surprised that you would even ask.
Oh, I think you misjudged the situation. I'm actually on fairly good terms with СиСи right now.
Is that right? Well, I suppose that means that you've done something to endear yourself to your ex-husband. Is that right? I wonder what that could be.
Well, everybody knows that you two are practically at war over the serum. There's so much bad blood between the two of you that you've taken the place of me as the person he most wants to throttle. That's all I meant.
Be careful, Gina.
What?
I may be bookish, I may be slow to anger, but I've never a day in my life been the fool.
No, of course not. I certainly didn't mean that. I would never do anything to hurt you. You know how much I care for you. I've proven that to you, haven't I?
Of course you have. I mean, 100 times a day. Would you prove it one more time, please, and run along home and let me go to work, all right?
Well, I think you should reconsider taking me to that party. I mean, just so we could see the looks on the Capwell's faces when I walk in on your arm. Don't you think it might be worth it?
No. I've made my plans. I can't change them. There's no point in being angry about it.
I'm not angry. I'm hurt. I'm really hurt.
Why? We have an agreement that our relationship is to be a private one.
I've never heard you say anything about a relationship. And what exactly does private include?
It includes not being seen together in public any more than necessary.
Oh, so I'm good enough to sleep with, but I'm not good enough to take out...
You see how you're twisting everything around.
I'll
That's
tell
not
you
what I meant.
Your experiments may get a little more clarification, but I don't thank you very much.
You should check out the kitchen. It looks like an army's invaded it, but I think everything's under control, I hope.
Sounds like quite a party we're putting on here.
It is, if I have anything to say about it. But those bloody caterers have taken over. Well, look, if you're not up to this, I can always cancel it. It's no problem.
No, it's fine. It's sweet of you to... So who's coming?
Ah, well, we've got a very, very in crowd. We got Mason, Victoria, and Alex, and a guest, Sophia, of course, and СиСи.
Okay, well, it sounds like a roll call of all the people who've tried to come between us.
Yeah, well, I'm not entirely without an ulterior motive. I just thought if we got all the old antagonists together and let them see us being happy together, you know, they'd realize that that's how we're and where we belong. They'd also see how right it is for us to be married. What? Do you still have objections towards that?
To be honest, yes. I mean, I would like to know what your life was like before you met me.
I thought we agreed not to talk about Elizabeth, Kelly.
Well, what about the rest of your life then, Jeffrey? I mean, there must have been other people instead of Elizabeth. I mean, your friends, your relatives, neighbors.
Oh, you know, I didn't lead a very active social life back then. When you live in the country, your life, it's quiet. The only people you see much of are neighbors.
Right. Right. So there must have been a neighbor that you knew, you liked?
Yeah, there was one or two. Our cook, 'cause she was a wonderful old lady. And then there was the gamekeeper, Duncan. Ah, Duncan, he and I, we spent hours hunting together. You know, grouse shooting in Scotland, it's almost a religion. You have to do it.
You said to me once that everyone turned against you when you were blamed for your wife's death. Did this guy Duncan turn against you?
No, he was one of the few that stood by me. In fact, just about the only one. Look, what is this? I thought I'd answered all your questions, Kelly.
Jeffrey, I'll always ask questions. I'm an inquisitive person, you know me.
No, I mean about me and my past. Look, if you have something in particular that you're still worried about, I wish you'd come out with it. Why?
Just be patient with me, please. It's just real hard for me to imagine you anywhere but here with me. I'm gonna get ready for the party. You have enough? Yeah.
Oh, you too.
Hi, СиСи. Hello.
Sophia's supposed to meet me here.
Oh, yeah, she's powdering her nose. She'll be right back. Why don't you sit down?
Thank you.
Nice.
How's that handsome young man doing?
Oh, he's fine. Happy to be out and about. Oh, thanks again for the lovely gift. It was beautiful.
You're very welcome. I suppose I should ask you how you and Mason are doing.
We're working things out.
To Mason's satisfaction, I imagine?
Well, we're staying away from touchy subjects. As a matter of fact, we're talking about a long overdue honeymoon.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. It'll do you both a lot of good. And if you need any help in arranging anything, you let me know.
Thank you. Thank you. It's kind of you to say that.
May I say something else? If there's anything you ever need, any problems arise, I want to know. You and my grandson. You have an ally in me.
I'll remember that. We both will. Hey, handsome. Won't we?
Hello, darling.
Well, we have to leave. We'll see you guys at Kelly's house tonight, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I help you, okay?
I'm fine. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Bye,
Goodbye.
Bye, Lizzie. Oh. We have a little...
Thank you for what?
For being unfailingly charming.
Oh, you always are.
And what is this about being at Kelly's house? Didn't you tell Kelly I wouldn't be caught dead with Jeffrey Conrad?
But I know how you feel about Jeffrey, but couldn't you just make an appearance for Kelly's sake?
Look, let me tell you something. I was not one of Jeffrey's jurors, and I don't care whether or not there was enough to convict him. There was enough to accuse him, and that's the reason I don't want him anywhere near Kelly. Do you understand?
I'm going to tell you something. I think that is a stupid, stubborn attitude to have. And it doesn't make any difference what you think, because Kelly is in love with him, and she thinks he's innocent. And if you continue with your attitude, you're going to be outside Kelly's life.
We'll see about that.
Honey, please. We've already lost one daughter. I don't want to lose another one.
Did you see her? She just left. That was Victoria Lane. Victoria Capwell now. The woman you went to high school with?
Oh, what a coincidence. Well, I guess she didn't see me.
Well, next time.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for that address. I'm looking forward to surprising her.
I'm sure you'll be a nice surprise, too.
Hello, Marcia. It's Paul. Now, look, if we're ready to make our next move, I think I found a good prospect.
Was that him?
What?
The phone.
I've told you to forget about it, Julia.
And that's sure enough reason for me to remember it forever, and also the expression on your face when you were talking.
All right, don't forget about it. Just keep still about it.
What's going on here? I'm scared. There's more to it. It's not just a crank call.
Mason Capwell.
Thought you'd got your last call, didn't you?
It's not over yet.
I'm glad you called back. I'll go along with whatever you want. Just don't hurt her.
Don't
make demands. You'll get your chance to play hero tomorrow.
Where? I'll let you know. Just travel light.
Well, what did you mean, don't hurt her?
Julia, I've told you to stay out of this. You had no business listening, and get out of my office and leave me alone. What's the matter?
Nothing. I just need to rest for a minute.
Sit down. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
Can I get you anything?
No, just go take a walk and walk off your lousy attitude, and I'll just catch my breath. I'm fine.
Maybe I should.
I'm fine. Just go.
Sure you're all right?
I'm fine. We'll talk later. Dr. Merrick, please. This is Julie Wainwright. Bill? Yeah, you guessed it. No, this isn't a false alarm. I'm in labor, Bill.
You know,
7 years ago. Finally decided to show up, did you?
How can it? I told you I was going to be late. I told you to go ahead and order.
Well, that would have defeated the whole purpose of eating together. Here. Let your imagination run wild. The sky's the limit tonight.
I feel like the sky's falling in on me. I think a piece just hit me on the head.
What's the matter, baby?
None of your business. So what, did СиСи pay off or something?
No.
Well, then, why are you offering to spring for more than a hamburger?
It's a celebration. Have a hamburger under glass if you want to.
Well, lucky me. I mean, how many good-hearted mistresses have a master as generous as you?
That's not funny.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. You're the only one that can make jokes, right? Some mistresses never learn.
Now, what you're calling yourself is demeaning. You're much better than that.
Oh, my ears deceive me. You're saying I'm actually better than something?
Well, yeah, I did, and well, now that I've said this much, I ought to get the rest of it out. Gina, I've been thinking about you and me. Well, us.
Your thinking cap must be worn out.
Would you shut up and listen?
Are you ready to order now, Mr. Timmons?
Wait a minute. Oh, wait, go ahead, finish.
I think we better decide what to eat first. No sense putting a la carte before the horse.
Listen to me, Julie. I know you wanted to have a natural delivery, but your labor is more difficult than I had anticipated.
Please, Bill, please don't put me to sleep. I've waited so long. Please don't cheat me out of this, please.
All right.
Please.
I'll hold off for a while. Then we'll see how it goes.
How'd you know if I need it?
I'll be right back.
Oh, excuse me, Doctor. Can I be contacting relatives for Miss Wayne right now?
Okay,
I have
certainly.
the file right here.
Yes, please do.
Okay,
Yes.
Father, Mason Capwell, yeah. I'll get him first.
Oh, hi. I'm so glad you're home. We gotta hurry.
What are we hurrying about?
Over to Kelly and Jeffrey's. Come on.
Oh, right.
What are you doing, Mason? You gotta get dressed.
Well, I'm going to, but first I'm going to slip into a dry martini followed by a wet shower.
I really wish you wouldn't.
All right, I'll take it into the shower with me.
What's the matter? What happened at the office today? Did you get another one of those crank calls?
What gave you that idea? I'm fine.
No, you're not fine. You're spending too much time at the office. You're not sleeping. You're nervous. You're jittery. And I'm not going to stand around and not do anything about it.
You have a handy home remedy?
Well, yeah, I do. I think you should take some time off. I've already talked to a travel agent.
If what?
Well, I think it would be good for both of us. You know, we never did have a honeymoon.
I can't go anywhere. It's out of the question.
I'm sure your office would give you a few days off, Mason. Unless, of course, there's something particular at the office that you cannot tear yourself away from.
If that's meant to be another slam at Julia, it's overkill, Victoria. You've had your way. She's legally renounced any claim on me as the father of her child. I don't think you have to take any more pot shots at her. Why don't you go finish getting dressed?
I would really like to be on time.
All right. Then I'll finish my drink, take a leisurely shower, and meet you there later.
Okay.
Mason Capwell. I don't know where the Rasmussen file is. I asked Julia, it's her case. Well, why can't you? You swear?
Mason? Mason, who was on the phone? Mason?
What is this? You leaving already?
Yeah, I thought I'd go over and give Kelly and Jeffrey a hand.
I'll see you over there.
Okay.
You look wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you very much for agreeing to go. It'll make Kelly happy. It makes me happy, too, particularly since I know it won't be easy for you.
No, it won't be. In fact, having dinner with Jeffrey, Conrad, Alex, Nicholas, and Mason is like having root canal work. But it's all right. I'll grin and bear it because of Kelly.
I know you will. That's why I love you.
I hope so, because I don't want to do it for nothing. All right, I'll see you over there.
Okay, honey.
Be careful.
Bye.
Hello. No, sorry, you got the wrong Capwell. Mason doesn't live here. I'm sorry, I can't give you the home number unless I know what it's all about. What kind of an emergency? Wait a minute. Mason's child was born weeks ago. There must be some mistake. What the hell are you talking about, Mason's other child?
Полегче, ты же прикончила целую бутылку.
You've killed the entire bottle.
So, order another one. You're the one who said the sky's the limit. So now you're putting a ceiling on it?
No, it's not the expense. I just don't want you to get plastered tonight.
Oh, well, why not? Since when do you care, Keith? I mean, it never mattered to you what condition I was in as long as my pulse was still beating.
That is not kind, and that's not true, I think.
Oh, I think it is. Now, why couldn't I have gotten involved with a nice intellectual instead of an animal like you?
Well, you know, as an undergraduate, I had intellectual...
Leanings?
Yeah.
Oh, Keith, you don't have an intellectual bone in your body.
What has gotten you so moody and combative all of a sudden?
I'll tell you what. Your favorite camel has just felt the last twig been laid down on her back.
Yeah, it's not always been laid down on her back.
Keep it up. I know I'm just a glorified hooker to you anyway. Maybe not even so glorified.
That is absurd. Now, look, I've been thinking about us, about what we have in common.
Common? You're right. I mean, we do have something in common. We're two of a kind, like you said. The only problem is, two of a kind doesn't beat anything.
Well, how about a full house? Better.
Oh, come on, Keith. I don't know what you're trying to pull here, but I've heard enough of your lines. As a matter of fact, I'm not this desperate. I have someplace to go this very moment.
Wait. You know, every time you march out with that look in your eye, you come back, like, all beaten down, with half the clothes off your back. Just think better of it, okay?
Better than what?
Better would be, well, a long-time relationship with someone who genuinely cares about you, likes you. Would you just sit down?
No, I'm not going to sit down. Oh, come on, Keith. You sit there and take whatever the world may throw at you, but not me.
What, so what? Now you're mistress of your fate?
That's right. That's right. So watch out, world.
Alex.
Jeffrey.
Come in.
I'm sorry, I couldn't bring someone on such short notice.
Oh, yeah, I know. Confirmed bachelor, right?
I see that Sophia's alone as well.
Well, if you're asking about СиСи, he is going to be under protest, I'm sure, but, you know, at least he was willing to put his feelings aside for Kelly's sake. Hey, maybe there's hope for the man after all.
Don't kid yourself. A wolf in sheep's clothing is still a wolf, right?
Are you sure you're all right? You seem a little funny.
No, I'm fine. I'm tired, that's all. I mean, if I had my way, I would have put this off till tomorrow night so I could have rested up, you know, from the trip and all, but since it was a surprise...
Well, I'm glad Jeffrey did it, and I'm especially happy about... Brace yourself. Your father's coming. Aren't you pleased?
Of course. But I wouldn't really blame Daddy if he didn't show up. I think I'm starting to understand how he feels about a lot of things. Tammy, if the baby needs anything, the formula's in...
This is Mr. Marshall. This is Capwell. Is anyone in to see you?
Hello.
Hello. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go and check the baby now.
Okay. Do I know you?
You don't remember me. Well, I'm not surprised. It's been a few years.
I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, think. It'll come back to you. Paul Marshall from Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. You're a photographer?
That's right. I took some publicity stills for you. Remember that?
Well, what are you doing around here?
Oh, well, I saw you at the Orient Express today with your baby. And I thought I'd let you know I'm in a new line of business. I take baby pictures. You know, capture those precious moments for all time, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I thought you might be interested since you have such a cute kid.
You're in Santa Barbara now?
Yeah, that's right. In fact, I'm renting a studio. Figure it beats walking a pony around town.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, thank you for the offer, but I don't think we're interested.
No, seriously. I'm very good. You know, it's a real shame not to photograph them now. I mean, they grow up so quickly. What do you say? I'll tell you what. We'll run some test photos, see what you think. If you don't like them, I won't charge you. If you do like them, I'll overcharge you. Now, what could be more fair?
Well, you know, I have to talk to my husband, but it could be a good idea. We haven't had any professional pictures taken.
Well, trust me, you won't regret it.
We're getting close. Just let us know if you start feeling any more pain.
Bill?
I'm here. I'm here.
That stuff that you gave me, it's making me feel everything fuzzy, and I can't
How's the
see.
pain?
It's manageable.
Good.
I just don't feel like I have any control. And I'm scared. Oh, God, I'm scared.
I'm right here. It's nothing to be afraid of.
You look beautiful. But then I've never seen you anywhere.
Thank you.
Where's СиСи?
They should be here very soon. Since we have a minute, tell me what happened when you called the USAD. Did you explain to them that you didn't think the drug should be licensed?
They were non-committal, to be honest about it. They took my comments under advisement, and they said that they would probably need more experience.
I don't mean to be...
What's going on? Oh.
An unexpected guest. I'm sorry to be so late, Nikki. It took me forever to get dressed. But I'm finally here, so the party can begin. Right, Sophia?
Gee, I didn't expect to have the pleasure of your company tonight, Gina.
Oh, Nikki, you naughty boy. Didn't you tell her I was coming? I guess he was saving it as a surprise.
Surprise certainly worked.
Actually, I asked Gina to come over and drive me back to the lab.
So
Afraid I have to leave.
soon,
Yes,
huh?
I'm sorry under the circumstances. Will you convey my apologies, please?
Well, why don't I get Kelly and Jeffrey? You can say goodbye to them.
Aren't we going to stay?
How dare you? How dare you pull something like this when I expressly asked you not to come here tonight?
Well, if I waited until I was invited, I'd never get to go any place.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Alex, are you leaving already?
Yes, it's very annoying, but I've got to get back to the lab. I'm sorry.
We just got you.
Yes, and we're leaving. I'm sorry. Will you say hello to Mason for me, please? Come on.
I have a wonderful housewarming.
Thank you.
Bye.
I wonder what that was all about.
I don't think he wanted Gina here.
Well, that makes it just about unanimous, doesn't it? Gloria, hi, how are you?
Hi, good. I brought you a
Oh,
housewarming present.
Great, thank
Thanks.
you. Where's Mason?
He was detained at the office. Hopefully he can join us later.
Oh, I hope so. Well, listen, let me take your purse
Thank
for you,
you.
and Jeffrey can get you some of his
Yeah, right, we've got punch, we've got white wine.
Fine.
Punch.
Thank you.
You okay?
Yes, thank you. What's going on? Where's Mason?
I don't know what's going on, and I don't know where Mason is.
The baby's in position. We're going to need your help now. We want you to push as hard as you can.
Harder, Julia, again. Push harder, Julia. Come on, watch me. She's a beautiful baby girl, Julia. Congratulations. Did you hear that? It's a girl. She's beautiful.
Our girl Mason is a beautiful girl.
Ты делаешь мне...
You know, that's all I can do to not take you over my knee.
So you're mad. So who cares? You deserve it for embarrassing me in front of the Catwalk clan and making me feel dirty and cheap.
You are dirty and cheap. But I didn't bring you over here to discuss what is common knowledge in this town or your idiotic behavior tonight. I've made a decision. I'm going to give you one last chance, Jada, but one last chance.
To do what?
To salvage something in your life. You see, you're not much on subtlety, so I'm not going to waste my time with subtlety. You know what I want out of this relationship, and you know what I want out of the arrangement, don't you?
Oh, go to bed. Am I close? Am I close at all? I think I am, because it's the only place I know how to keep you happy.
Good. Now we're close, and now you've got a choice. Take it or leave it.
Okay, you want to force the issue? I'll leave it.
Fine. Because I'm not going to have any trouble replacing you in my life. And when I go, remember, the check goes with me. The rent check, the money for the food, the money for the clothes, the jewelry, the money
Wait a
for the...
minute. Can we talk about this? Can we sit down like two civilized people?
One of us is not a civilized person, Gina. Now, I want a decision from you. I want an answer, and I want a serious one. I want one you're to stand behind. Well?
I'm thinking about it.
Will there be anything else, sir?
I guess not, just the check.
Maybe you can try the lobster another night. It's too bad Mrs. Capwell forgot about her previous engagement.
Wait, what? How's that?
She had me call her a cab before she left to take her to some party. I gathered she was meeting somebody there and she was late.
Who did she say she was meeting?
She said, but I wasn't paying attention. Could it have been Nick, somebody?
Oh, my. Here. I don't think I'll need this now. I think I'll have another one of these.
Well, not quite the party I planned.
It's fine. It's thought that counts.
Yeah. You have any idea why your father never showed up?
No?
Your mother seemed a little vague on that subject as
Jeffrey,
well.
isn't there something you should be asking me?
No, not that I know of. What?
I would think that it would occur to you wonder why I didn't catch my scheduled flight today.
Well, what's to wonder? You told me that you caught an earlier one.
I did catch an earlier one, but that wasn't the only reason.
Well, obviously, I took your remark at face value. You do that sometimes when you trust someone completely.
I wish I would have told you when I walked in here, but I was afraid to.
Kelly, what are you talking about?
Scotland.
Scotland?
That's where I was yesterday, Jeffrey. Not New York. Scotland.
Well, welcome back to the world. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little groggy.
Oh, that's the medication. It'll wear off soon.
I want to see my baby. Where's my baby?
Oh, you will in a few minutes. Is there anything you want in the meantime?
I just want to thank everyone for everything that they did. You know that man that was standing next to me?
Yes. Oh, you mean the baby's father?
That was Mason. I thought I was imagining it. But he was really there.
I'm sorry, Mr. Capwell. The doctor has to see Miss Wainwright first.
But I've been waiting almost an hour.
Oh, it'll only be a little longer. Please try not to be like all of our impatient fathers.
That's hardly likely. Well, you don't have to come up with any plausible excuses, Mason. I know the story, at least the most important part, and you've totally outdone yourself. And I am totally ashamed.
For once in your life, why don't you shut up until you know what you're talking about? No longer involved with Julia. The baby is hers, and hers alone. She's even signed a paper to that effect for some misguided reason.
That's so. Well, she finally got smart about you, didn't she? I wish I could have straightened her out sooner, but tell me something. Is there any end to your treachery?
What treachery?
I'm talking about your commitment to Victoria is what I'm talking about. I always believed it was genuine. I was ready to tell you how much I misjudged you, but it's impossible, isn't it, to really misjudge you?
It's not impossible to anger me, so I'd be careful.
Well, congratulations, Mason. Congratulations. You had a choice of two women, and you picked the one carrying the baby boy. The $1 million baby boy.
Gotta be out there somewhere!
Oh,
There you are. What happened to you? Why didn't you show up at Kelly's? I think she was very hurt.
Well, I'm sorry. She may be very hurt. I am very confused. I had a run-in with Mason.
Oh, you did? That's interesting for a change. What was it about this time, Victoria?
I will tell you all about it later. I just want to figure out how and where I went so wrong with Mason. That's what I'd like to figure out.
After all these years, you're starting to think about that.
No, it's not the first time. I mean, how could I be such a terrible father? I mean, I've had problems with the kids all the way down the line. Mason more than others, but all of them.
You've had some good times with them, too.
Oh, too hard and too demanding. Look, all I'm trying to do what I think is right. I'm not trying to set out to harm the children. Don't they understand that?
Of course you aren't, and you've done some very good things for them. СиСи, they love you very much, maybe some more than others right now. And you might as well forget about what you've done in the past because you can't change it and just try to do better now.
About all I can do, I guess.
I want you to do something for me.
Anything, darling. What?
I want you to think very carefully about why you have that serum and why you want to market it, because you know deep down it's not right to have something that is stolen, even though you feel that Alex has been hypocritical and underhanded with you. I want you to give it back.
Not in a million years.
No, I don't understand you. After all we've talked about trust and honesty, then you turn around and do something like this. You still don't believe I've told you everything about my life with Elizabeth,
Jeffrey,
do you?
I'm sorry. It was wrong what I did. I felt I needed to hear it from some other people.
Why, Kelly? Because you wanted to compare their answers to mine?
Maybe,
Is that it?
maybe. And Jeffrey, this is what I've been waiting to hear about. The same thing Duncan told me about.
That's Elizabeth's diary.
Yes. And I didn't read it. I didn't want to read it until I told you everything I had done.
Where'd you get it from?
From Duncan. He said that he had hidden it when you were arrested. He said this would have changed the outcome of the murder trial at the end. But he didn't say which way. Mason?
I see you're back in your sleep.
I'll be bringing Samantha to you in just a minute.
Samantha. That's what you named her?
Samantha Eden Wainwright. I wanted, Eden to be the godmother.
Would have meant a lot to her. Especially if she could have known she was her aunt.
I can't do that.
It's true. Want me to leave before they bring her in?
I don't know what to do.
I'll make it easy for you. I'll just leave. I'm really glad it's a girl. And I hope she grows up to be just like you.
Would you like to hold your daughter?
You better take her to her mother.
television, starting with Bill Cosby on The Cosby Show. Then on Family Ties, what will Nick do when a campus hunk captures Mallory's heart? Then raise your glasses to Cheers, followed by the Days and Nights of Molly Dodd, starring Blair Brown. The LA Times calls it utterly charming, irresistible TV. America loves Molly Dodd. Then it's the show everyone stays home for, LA Law.